Well, welcome to another episode of Juicing with Chef Nik. Today we are going to be redoing our elderberry lemonade recipe. Okay, so your girl caught a sinus infection from babysitting, so I'm getting ready to make some elderberry lemonade to help me get rid of all this mucus. So here we have our dried elderberries. Okay, so we are going to use a cup of that. Then I'm going to add some of these fresh cinnamon sticks. I have some anise stars that I'm going to add to the mixture as well. Then we got some raw honey, which is really good for antibiotic. And then we have our agave that we're going to add for sweetener. And of course, our magic ingredient, ginger. So we're going to take this ginger root and we're going to boil it with our elderberry. And then last but definitely not least, we have our lemons. So we can make our lemon juice portion of the lemonade. Okay, so we're going to get started. I'm going to just scoop this elderberry into this measuring cup. As I said, we're going to do a cup. And then we're going to add all of this to the pot. And then we're going to bring it to a boil for about an hour. All right, so stay tuned and enjoy the video. All right, so again, we're going to use I have 3 here, but I am going to add 4 cinnamon sticks to our boil, okay? And then I believe I'm going to add about 4 star anise to the boil, just because these can get very strong and I don't want a super licorice flavor. So I'm going to make sure I only put 4 of those in there. And then I am going to scoop out, I believe, 2 cups. Let's do 1. Okay, well, just 1/2 a cup of ginger root. I thought I did a full cup, but that's okay. All right, so now before we begin to boil, or while we wait for the water to begin boiling, we're gonna go ahead and squeeze out 1 cup or 2 cups, excuse me, of lemon juice, okay? And y'all forgive me, it has been a while since I recorded this video, so I am watching it and doing voiceovers right along with you, okay? So we're going to cut up our lemon. Now, first and foremost, I like to add the lemon peel when I boil my mixture. So that's why you see me gutting out this lemon right here, because we're going to use the juice for later. But I'm going to go ahead and put 1 lemon into our boiling mixture, okay? So I'm going to just sit this to the side. All right, so now I got my pan on hot, and what I am going to do is I am going to fill this up with about 8 cups of water, okay? So I'm going to do just 4 and 4, and then we're going to add our elderberry, okay? So the dried elderberry, we're going to add the cinnamon sticks that I showed you earlier. We're going to toss in that star anise, all right? So go ahead and hop on in the water, baby. We're going to dump in our lemon peel that I just gutted out, and then we're also going to add our 1/2 cup of ginger root, okay? All right, so I am going to allow this to come to a boil. And then once it begins to boil, we're going to allow this to boil for 45 to an hour. I like to do an hour. That way you can get all of the health benefits out of each and every item in this water, okay? All right, so at this point, it has been about 45 minutes since this has been boiling. All right, so I'm just going to give this a nice little stir to make sure nothing is sticking at the bottom of the pot. And then we're going to allow this to boil for another 15 minutes while I prepare the lemon juice and the syrup and everything that I need for the lemonade, okay? So we're going to let this continue to boil. All right, so while I wait for everything to boil, what I like to do is to go ahead and prepare my jug. So as you see, there is already the 2 cups of lemon juice added to the jug. So now I'm going to add some mint leaves to that. And then we're going to add our honey, okay? So I'm just going to take a big tablespoon of honey. I'm not really going to measure it. But I'm just going to add that to my mixing, well, not my mixing cup, but my measuring cup that I'm going to mix in, okay? And then we're going to add the agave, and then we're going to add some lemon juice to kind of help break this down. And we're going to add this to the jug as well, okay? And I don't know why I decided to do this the most difficult way possible for this video, so don't mind me in this moment. But if you know an easier way to get your honey into your jug, please do so, okay? Please. Lord, y'all, this was a hot mess just because my raw honey has crystallized. So the crystals are getting stuck in the funnel, so I'm having to do extra work to get it to go down. But it's all right. We are done. We're going to move on to our agave. All ingredients are in now, so we are just gonna shake them up, and mix everything together. And we're gonna let this infuse with each other while we wait for our elderberry mixture to cool down. All right, so we are going to store this in the refrigerator for the remainder of this process, okay? So now I have cut off the heat to my elderberry, and we are going to allow this elderberry mixture to cool. And then once it is completely cool, we're going to strain it and separate all the ingredients that we don't want from the liquid and add it to our jug that we just created, okay? All right, so here's my cooled elderberry mixture. So we're going to separate the ingredients from the liquid like I said. All right, so we're just going to pour this through the strainer. And then I am going to smash the elderberries and the lemon rinds to make sure that we get all of the juice out of these ingredients, okay? We want each and every one to infuse as much as possible into this water. So we're going to make sure that we squeeze out those nutrients, okay? All right, so I am going to double strain this just to make sure that we get all of the grit out of the elderberry mixture because I do not want a gritty lemonade. So your girl is double straining it. You can see all the extra at the top that was not strained out the first time. So thankfully we did that. All right, here I'm just measuring out how much elderberry juice I actually have. And then that is exactly 4 cups, cool beans. All right, so we're gonna add this to our mixture, okay? But first, I do want to add some Echina golden seal or Echina golden seal, which is really, really good for antibacterial, anti-inflammation. And I definitely use this a lot when I was trying to heal my infected tooth. So I definitely want this in the mixture to help boost my immunity as well. So we're going to add all of the ingredients to the jug, okay? By the way, it's pronounced echinacea. I call it I don't know what the hell I call it, but it's echinacea, okay? So it's echinacea golden seal that I added to the mixture. For the remainder of the gallon, we are going to just add alkaline water until we get all the way to the top, okay? And this is just going to dilute it to make sure it's not super syrupy and it's not super strong tasting because elderberry does give off a very tart flavor. So we're going to try to water that down as much as possible. Then we have our raw honey and our agave to sweeten it. And then I added the mint leaves because mint just add this boom pow wow to every single juice that I added to. I don't know what it does, but it makes it taste so good, okay? So we're just going to shake them up, shake them up, shake them up, shake them. And then once this is fully mixed, we are going to strain it again and add it to our mason jar. Now, I purchased a gallon size mason jar because I really just love the crisp and the freshness of the juices when they are in the mason jar, okay? So we're going to pour this in the mason jar. Then we're going to put this in the refrigerator, and then we're going to consume as much as possible to help us clear this sinus infection. Now, I do want to tell you to be very, very careful, because if you consume a lot of elderberry, it can make you feel dizzy or like drunk almost. Like there were a few times where I consumed it and didn't drink enough water behind it, and I felt like I had been sipping on scissor, okay? So be very careful, very mindful with how much you consume. Do not I would say not to consume more than 8 ounces per day. Okay, or maybe not more than 8 ounces at a time. Maybe 8 ounces in the morning, 8 ounces at night, and then call it a day. Okay, just don't go overboard. As you see, I am adding some more agave because there was not enough sugar. It was not sweet enough. Okay, it was yucky. So I went ahead and added some more agave just to kind of sweeten up that tartness. Okay, some people might like tart, so if you like tart, please sweeten it to your liking. I like sweet. I prefer sweet, so I added some more agave. Okay. So that there, my friend, is elderberry lemonade made by Chef Nik. If you want the recipe, please go and visit my website, www.rayellaslovesyou.com. And I think I said www and it's www. Bye.